You see, you have complete free will and command over your belief system. This superpower to change your beliefs has been lying dormant inside of you for your entire life. Once you are self-aware of the actual belief that's holding you back, where the charge is located in your mind-body complex, then you can make the free will decision to change that belief. And we're not going to be focusing on, well, how do I get rid of it? Can I just hypnotize myself and reprogram my subconscious mind so that I can stop suffering? No, we're not going to talk about that either. So what I'm doing in this video is reminding you of your power and giving you a step-by-step framework that you can use to discover, first and foremost, what core beliefs are holding you back at this stage in your spiritual evolution, in your business, in your self-image, in your relationships. What you need to understand is that your beliefs don't just make logical sense. If they did, guess what you would do? You would ask yourself the question, is it true that I'm not good enough? No! Poof! There it goes, gone forever, right? No, that's not how it works. Because, you see, your beliefs are not just thoughts. Your beliefs are made of the exact same thing that your experience is. Your experience is multi-dimensional. As a human being, your experience is comprised primarily of thoughts, images, what you see, emotions in the body, sensations in the body, and of course the meaning that you create as you interpret your day-to-day experience. The Sovereign Mind method addresses every dimension, every aspect of your experience, dissolving the belief structure in its entirety, not leaving out any of the mental images, any of the emotions and sensations that up until now have been binding that belief experientially into your mind-body complex. In the first comment of this video, I'm going to give you a practical exercise that you can do right now. If you take out a pencil and paper, if you pause the video, you can use this exercise that I call belief prompts in order to discover what core belief is holding you back from experiencing what it is that you truly desire, what you truly want. And that belief prompt looks like this. So we're going to do a journaling exercise, right? In order to, and this is where you're going to insert your problem, the definition of your problem. Like me, someone would have to believe, I'll explain this now. So I'll give you a few examples of this. This is a belief prompt that I call the universal solver, and it's going to give you the ability to discover whatever belief is holding you back from anything that you want in any aspect of your life. And here's an example. In order to procrastinate making content online like me, someone would have to believe, well, it's not safe to be seen. Oop, there it is. And someone would have to believe that they're not wanted. And someone would have to believe that they're not lovable. And someone would have to believe that it's not safe to be seen. Oh, shit. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a problem definition. You're going to think of a problem that you have in your life that you'd like to discover what belief is causing this. And you're going to write, well, in order to experience that, like me, someone would have to believe, ... And that, my friend, is what is going to help you first and foremost become self-aware of your limiting belief. Now, in the first comment below, we're going to have several examples of this that you can look at, modify to your choosing. This is going to help you become self-aware once you actually know and understand what beliefs are affecting you, preventing you from having the experience in the life that you want. Now you have free will to change them if you just have the right knowledge and information, which is what we will transition to next. So I invite you to try this exercise of this belief prompt that I call the universal solver. you'll find that it leads to very beneficial results instantaneously the moment that you choose to apply it, so why the fuck not? All right, so next up, you've become aware. You've got a list of these responses, and you should probably be able to churn out somewhere between 6 and 12 of them. The question then becomes, of your list of things, let's say, for example, you got a theoretical list of not enough, I'm not lovable, I don't deserve it, I suck, no one likes me, and I hate myself. Let's just imagine that that's your list or whatever. Well, it's important to discover which of these beliefs carries the most strong emotional charge. And by charge, what we mean is it's the magnitude of energy and faith or agreement that you have invested into the belief structure. Now, I give all of my students a tool called the sense test in order to discover which beliefs carry the strongest charge. And the idea is quite simple. You'll go down the list of your beliefs and you'll speak each of them out loud, right? In the first person. If you modified the language down here and you said, well, they would believe that they're not enough, they would believe that they suck, they would believe that they're unlovable, switch it to I am statements, right? Make it about yourself, because ultimately these beliefs are coming out of your subconscious mind because you do believe them about yourself. So switch them into I am language, right? Redirect it towards the I, the self, the persona, and then speak each of them out loud. When you do, you will notice that some of them carry specific, ta-da, thoughts, images, emotions, and sensations. When you say, I am not enough, you might feel a contraction in your throat and some sadness behind your eyes, and like your head and shoulders want to collapse. And it might be like a 5 out of 10 level of intensity. Whereas if you change the word to not good enough, I'm not good enough, suddenly it's a different feeling. That's a fear in the heart, and I want to run. Like, I'm not good enough. And that's like a 7 out of 10. Or maybe it's a 0. That's what's amazing about your belief system. It's more unique than your thumbprint. Everyone's beliefs are tied to completely different thoughts, images, emotions, and sensations. And it's the combination of these thoughts, images, emotions, and sensations that comprises what we call charge. Now, you're going to rank the charge on a scale of 1 to 10. And the higher the charge, the more impactful it's going to be when you actually dissolve that belief, when you actually choose to change it. So if you have a belief that's like a 1 out of 10, like, yeah, some days are hard. It's like a 1 out of 10, okay. And then you see life is hard. God, that defines my entire reality. I hate myself. That's a 10 out of 10. Life is hard. Well, it's going to make a bigger difference to change the belief life is hard than it's going to, that little 1 out of 10. Oh, so some days are a little bit challenging. Maybe it's a 1 out of 10. No, don't focus on that. You want to go for the best results. You want to transform your life. You want to experience maximum freedom. And if you go and change the beliefs that carry the strongest emotional charge inside of your body, those are the ones that are going to make the biggest difference for you moving forward. So at this point, what do we got? We've got a list of belief candidates for you to clear, right? You've done the exercise in the first comment, and you've spoken each of them out loud in the form of I am statements, or at least converted them. Like, they're not lovable, I'm not lovable. They're not enough, I'm not enough. And you can now see clearly that some of these carry a very strong charge, a 5 out of 10 or higher. Now, what I want to invite you is to explore a possibility. What do you think might be possible if that belief carried no charge whatsoever, and you were truly, really, really sincerely free from it for the rest of your life? What might become possible? What might change in your romantic relationships? Whoa, that's good news. What might change in your relationship with money, financial abundance? That's good news. What might change in your self-image, your level of confidence, your level of self-love and self-respect? That's great news. Think about it. Really allow yourself to play with the possibility that you can change these beliefs the moment that you choose. Now here's a little magic trick. No one on YouTube is talking about this. No one other than me has really codified this into a step-by-step process that anyone can follow, even a 10-year-old. What you'll want to do in order to change these beliefs and dissolve them out of your mind and your body, not by reframing, not by affirming, not trying to get rid of it by hypnotizing and reprogramming yourself, but actually using the sovereign command of your mind to dissolve the belief structures, is to explore this one simple idea. You have bound up your emotional energy into a thought form. For you, and we'll say you, but you know that I mean anyone. For you, not enough is tied to mental images of getting picked on and bullied. Not enough is tied to mental images of mom and dad yelling. Not enough is tied to mental images of getting rejected and boyfriends, girlfriends breaking up with you. It's tied to a bunch of mental images. The first magic trick is to ask yourself, have I ever actually seen not enough inside of any of those mental images? Think about it. In the same way that you can see an eraser that has size, color, location, depth, texture, this eraser exists in three-dimensional reality. It's a thing, it's an object. Have you ever seen not enough as an object floating around in your three-dimensional reality? Really look. I'm willing to bet that you saw people behaving. I'm willing to bet that you saw stuff happening. But if you look closely through your past, ever, one time, ever, did you actually see the belief itself floating around? I'm not enough. Look at that, it looks like a squiggly ball of yarn. That's what not enough is. No. Have you ever seen I'm not enough? If you're truthful and you're honest in your answer, the answer is no. If you're spellbound by the illusion and there's a part of you that's gripping on to the belief, you may want to say yes, in which case I would invite you to come to our school community in the comment below and try out the Not Enough Delete Button course, because that's going to permanently erase that interpretation from your experience and you won't believe that you're not enough. So the key here, the magic question, have I ever truly seen I'm not enough? It's not possible to see that you're not enough. That's an interpretation. If you look back through your past and you strip away the meaning out of your memories and you realize I never saw that I'm not enough in any of the mental images that are alive in my mind, suddenly not enough loses a lot of its mind power. Because you no longer have defined your past reality to mean I am not enough. And none of those experiences that you bound up in that definition of not enough, none of those mental images actually ever meant I'm not enough, did they? They were just experiences. That's all. So you've liberated yourself at the mental level. You know that it's not true. We skip past that because that doesn't fucking matter. Everyone knows that it's not true. Really, the first magic trick is to dispel the meaning from the mental images that you have tied up, that you have T-I-E-S, ties to in your mind. And then next up, you say, well, I never felt not enough. I never saw I'm not enough, but I felt it. I felt not enough 1,000 times. I felt not enough my entire life. I felt not enough when I go to the grocery store. I felt not enough when my girlfriend rejects me. I felt not enough when I just feel not enough every single day, Glad. To which I say, I have immense compassion. And I have good news. The good news is that you're presently confused. You do not feel not enough, and no one in all of human history has ever felt not enough one time. And if you don't believe me, I'll explain what I mean, and you'll see for yourself tangibly through direct experience in just a minute. Picture this. A kid feels feelings in his body, the exact same feelings that you've defined to mean I'm not enough. And in this case, he feels fear going up through his chest, and he feels tension contracting his body. And just like you, that's how not enough feels. Now, in truth, it's actually different from person to person. Some other kid in some other dimension defines not enough as sadness behind his eyeballs with heaviness in his chest that makes him want to droop his shoulders. And some other little girl in another dimension defines not enough as shame around her ovaries and electricity going up her back, like, oh, I'm not enough. Fuck. It's completely arbitrary and made up from person to person. There's no one universal definition of not enough. The feelings, the emotions, and the sensations are completely unique to you every single time without exception, because that's a self-generated illusion. It's not actually true that those feelings and emotions inside of your body mean that you're not enough. And if you want to test that theory for yourself, go ahead and feel the feelings that you've defined to mean I'm not enough. Just say it, I'm not enough. And feel the feelings that come up. And you're aware of them. There they are. Now, if there was a little baby that I'm holding right here, and that baby felt the same feelings for just a moment in time inside of their body, would you look that baby in the eye and say, good news. Because you felt a feeling, you are not enough forever. Whoa, no, I wouldn't tell it. I wouldn't do that to a baby. Because just because the baby feels a feeling doesn't mean that it's not enough, does it? Oh, thank you, out of my trance, Jesus Christ, heaven yes. So here's the magic trick. At this stage of the Sovereign Mind method, you focus your attention on that emotional energy that you've defined to mean not enough. And with your attention placed on it, you ask yourself the magic question. Does any of this energy mean I'm not enough? No. Oh, no, it doesn't mean that. Are you sure? Yeah? Okay, great. You're free. Now, some of you at this stage are actually experiencing the moment that you disconnect the meaning not enough from the emotions and sensations. That's when the belief exits your physical body. When the belief exits your physical body, if you have any sense of identification with it, that belief structure then exists in your field of awareness, in your aura, but it's disconnected from your body. You still have to disidentify from it, which you can also do with intention. Using a command, I now choose to disidentify with the belief I am not enough. The moment that you've defused it, discharged it from your body, and then disidentified with it, that belief is gone from your present moment reality permanently. But some of you are thinking to yourself, what else could this energy mean? I have a feeling. This feeling, it means I'm not enough. And the good news is that basically 100% of the time, if you have that experience, it just means that there's a part of you that's holding on to it. The part of you isn't ready to let it go. And that's okay. You can do parts work inside of the Not Enough Delete Button free course that I offer, and you can help that part of you that's holding on to that belief become completely ready and willing and feel safe to let it go. And it just takes a few minutes. So if you're at a point where you think, man, I want to let it go, but I can't. What else could this feeling mean? It's a feeling and it means I'm not enough. That's an illusion. There's just a part of you that's holding on to it, and you can swiftly address that, and that part of you can feel safe to let it go, truly. And when you do let it go, only everything will get better in your life forever. I speak from firsthand experience, facilitating this for myself and now easily 1,000 other people. So, these are the two magic tricks that no one on legacy YouTube will teach you to instantaneously dissolve belief structures. Seeing is believing. The moment that you unsee the belief from your past, you become free from it at the mental level. It has nothing to do with whether or not the belief is true. That's old news. Is it true? No. I'm free. No, you're not. Not until you diffuse the meaning out of your past experiences. Next level that nobody on top of nobody knows about is that you can directly discharge the emotions and sensations in the belief structure that are in the physical body simply by asking the question while focusing your attention on that energy. Does this energy mean I'm not enough? No? Does this tension mean that I'm not enough? No. Does this fear mean that I'm not enough? No. Doesn't mean that. So now you're left with this. You have some sense of what this concept is. It's a concept. You don't identify with it. It doesn't live inside of your body, but you still kind of have a concept with it, and so you might trick yourself into believing it again someday. So I invite you to repeat after me. This is the real magic of Sovereign Mind 2.0, the next level method that I teach my private students. I undefine all definitions of being not enough. Once more, I undefine all definitions of being not enough. You see, when you have no experiential definition of what that concept even is, it becomes meaningless to you. And when you delete the very concept, you can't believe in it. You can't invest your faith in it. And it turns out that you have the ability to undefine the definition of not enough, and in doing so, you dissolve it completely out of your experience. The next command is as such. I disidentify all identities of being not enough. I disidentify all identities of being not enough. Now that you've disidentified from it, you'll notice instantaneously a subtle shift in your energy. It's like that belief structure doesn't exist in any dimension or aspect of your experience. And we conclude the experience with forgiveness. I forgive myself completely for believing I'm not enough. I forgive myself completely for believing I am not enough. In this video, you've seen through the illusion of not enough. You've discovered what other beliefs are holding you back. And if you're ready to make the free will choice to change those beliefs and let them go so they stop holding you back from running the business at the level that you're meant to have an impact and serve humanity, I invite you to join us in the Sovereign Mind Academy. And come experience the Not Enough Delete button. Come experience our free training calls where I train high-performing entrepreneurs and creators on how to use these tools within the Sovereign Mind method to permanently create shifts in their belief system and their reality. Check that first comment, guys. I love you lots. Let me know how this helps. Your comments mean a lot to me. Thanks.